My name is Karl Schultz. I'm the Vice President of Customer Product Support here at Axon. Here at Axon, my job as VP of CPS is to deal with customers and our in-market products, make sure they perform appropriately for our customers under any circumstances.
So I'm Brandy Schaffer. I'm the program lead for Axon Air at Axon Enterprise. We used to be Taser, invented the Taser. Now we make the majority of law enforcement technology that's in use today. I personally display entrepreneurial mindset because I actually run what we call a Delta team within Axon. It's like a startup within the company. You're given a little more flexibility and you have to take on a big risk and kind of complete a task with less people in less time. The thing that we're seeing in industry today is that startups are very successful. So I've taken what I've learned from what works in a process-driven big organization and kind of applied that to the startup culture of making things happen quickly.
So a lot of people, when they hear entrepreneurial mindset, think you have to be an entrepreneur. You have to be starting a company for this to apply to you, and nothing could be further from the truth. EM at its core is about the 3 C's, which is every bit as important at a large company, an established company, as it is in a startup, maybe even more so. So you've got a company that's got a revenue stream, they've got a customer base, but we're always trying to grow, we're always trying to evolve. And so as established companies try to grow, they need people to come in, to be critical, to be curious, to question the existing status quo, and to help those companies drive to new levels. And that is true of any company, new or old.
So one of the projects that we did with ASU students was basically taking a new idea that we had for a product where we would have used a different company and it would have been exponentially more expensive to kind of just make a concept design. And instead we had a team of students here that are in their senior year design it and bring the concept to us. And that ended up becoming a bigger design for an actual product. And it saved us a ton of money, and it also gave them a project that was impactful.
Finding projects, particularly industry-sponsored projects, I'm a big advocate of using that instead of academic projects. So to sit in a room and think about, wouldn't it be great if we made a drone that could be lighter and bigger? That's fantastic, and if that's all you've got, that's great, let's do that. It forces students to be creative, work as a team, solve problems, all that. But I think where it really goes to 11,
These go to 11.
on this is when you get an industry-sponsored project and you have a real-world problem. So when a project has real restrictions, real constraints, and real value, that's where students really start to learn, is I'm not simply solving a math problem, I'm solving a real problem. And as I add something over here, I might have to take something away over here. Or if I make this thing bigger and better, well now it's going to draw more power, and that's going to cost more money. And when you have industry projects, it's really hard to ignore those interdependencies, where academic projects I think can tend to get to a point where you feel like you're sort of unconstrained in solving a problem, and that's never the case in the real world.